So shout out to Isaac Punts for actually posting this video. I'm not going to be playing this video at all, but I'm going to be talking about it. So shout out to him for that said reason. But let's go ahead and talk about this. So this is the new kickoff meta, I guess you could call it, that has been utilized during the preseason so far. And because the kickoff rule has changed, teams now need to figure out a way to avoid the kick returner from really getting a good start with the football before your guys can get down there, because your guys cannot move until the kick returner actually catches the football, which is a little bit weird. So what teams have started doing during the preseason, and different kickers have been trying to get this to work perfect, is instead of doing an actual kickoff, which is you kick the ball off, return man catches it, and he returns it, now what they're doing is, in theory, like a squib kick. So, as you guys remember, which, again, squib kicks are no longer a thing, but when you squib kick the ball, you kind of just, like, kick it low, and you kick it like a line drive down the field. And the reason why you do that is because you hope like an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman or a big guy gets the football and not the kick returner. You don't want the kick returner to get the football. Usually you do squib kicks at the end of games. Now they're going to be doing it during the actual kickoff. So the point of the squib kick is you want to squib it to a point where it lands right around the 25-yard line. 25-yard line. And the reason why is because you want it to squib and hit the ground, so the return man has to stop and pick the ball up. So they have to stop, pick the ball up, and then they start running. So there's that kind of delay here. There's that like 10-second delay where they have to go get the football and then start running. And then by the time they get going and they get their motion going, the idea is hopefully your guys are down there to go get the football. So that's the first one. That's the first meta that teams are trying out. So far, even Justin Tucker, who's considered the best kicker in football, hasn't been able to master this. The second one, and the Dolphins punter has done it a lot. They're using their punter on the kickoff returns as their KOS kicker. Is you squib it, like I said before, right? Drop it at the 25-yard line. But your hope is you can drop it where it goes a little high. So you kind of squib it so it goes low and then high. And then when it hits the ground, it bounces. So you, in a way, want the ball to bounce here so that the ball will bounce over the kick returner's head. And the goal is it doesn't go in the end zone. So it isn't automatically like the 20-yard line, which would be nice as well if it does go in the end zone. They start the ball at the 20-yard line. But the goal is that the ball bounces over the head of the punt or kick returner, and then the kick returner has to go backwards and chase the ball. That way, your guys are going to all be down there and getting the kick returner, or potentially even getting the football, right? So that's kind of the new meta with the kick here, is that you want this to happen, okay? You want the kick returner here to go ahead and catch the football, but be falling down as they catch it. And by the way, little correction there, not 25 to 30. It's actually like this, the landing zone. From the 20 to the end zone is what I meant to say, not the 25-30. I was incorrect there. You want to have the squib kick land in the landing zone, but also you want this result right here, where the kick returner can't just catch it fairly and run. You want them to kind of be stumbling when they catch it, and they have to stop the momentum so that they can return the ball. That's the whole goal. And this has been worked out throughout all of training camp so far and all of preseason. I mean, you now have teams that are trying their best to figure out a way to, in a way, if you play Madden, you probably know about this, but it's called scum kicking. That's kind of the way that they're doing it in real life now because of the kickoff rule. Because at the end of the day, if the ball goes through the end zone, or let's say, for example, if it lands in the landing zone and then goes in the end zone, then it's automatically considered a 20-yard line, which is good for the kickoff team, right? If not, and the kickoff return team tries to return it, this is the situation where you can actually down it very well inside maybe the 10, 15 yard line, and you're able to, avoid any problem. So again, like I said, this is the area you wanted to kick it in. You want to kick it right around the 15 to 20 yard line so that it either bounces over the kick returner's head, or it does go ahead and either bounces over the kick returner's head, or it stops them and they have to stop to pick it up, and it stops their momentum. Now, keep in mind, if you kick the ball outside of the 20, so like for example, if the ball lands, even if it lands at the 25 yard line, it bounces in the 20, it doesn't matter. If it does not land within the goal line to the 20 yard line, it's automatically going to be a penalty every single time. That's going to be, they start the ball at the 40 yard line, so you have to get the ball inside the 20. Now, during the preseason, teams that have been trying to do this, a lot of times the ball has been at the 40 yard line because they keep messing up and kicking it too short, because again, like I said, it's a craft you have to master now. And with this being brand new, it's not easy for all these kickers to kind of go right into this right away. So it's interesting overall wise, but tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys next one. Peace.